Welcome back to Weekend AM. In November 2015, Flor O'Driscoll, a devoted father of four and enthusiastic sailor, had a serious stroke, from which she since thankfully made a great recovery.
Part of the reason for his recovery has been the support of his mates in the Salty Dog Club in Bray and the Ciel Blue organisation, which delivers life-enhancing exercise programmes to the elderly and people living with chronic conditions.
Flora joins us this morning along with Ciel Blue trainer Shane Lee and his Salty Dog shipmates Carl Lafferty and Brendan Dalton. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, chaps.
Oh, very welcome. What did you call them earlier on?
I said it was the world's worst looking boy band.
Having a bit of fun here this morning. Thank you for joining us on the couch today. Flora, can we start with your story and what happened to you a couple of years ago?
On November the 1st, 2015, I was sailing in Dublin Bay and I came ashore and unfortunately got a stroke. And
Terrifying.
Terrifying, life-changing affair, that's for sure. So as a result of the stroke, I was disabled on my left leg and my left hand. And then I began recuperative exercises with Ciel Blue and acupuncture and physiotherapy.
And I presume you were hale and hearty up to it. Were there...
I was hill walking, I was sailing, doing lots of things. Yeah.
So the recovery process, obviously, it takes time. Where did you hear about Ciel Blue? Who introduced you to the group?
It was part of a stroke recovery unit in Mountstone in Dunleary.
And of course, when someone is so unwell like that, your friends and family rally around you, including these gentlemen here beside you. Tell us about the Salty Dogs.
Oh, the Salty Dogs are a group of us in Bray Sailing Club, lovely little sailing club down in Bray Harbour. And we meet there 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and discuss everything from sorting out current affairs such as Donald Trump or Brexit.
The problems of the world are solved regularly.
As in any man shed.
I can imagine, and then it's time for tea. Gents, tell us about the Salty Dogs. Tell us about how it came into existence and what it means to you guys in particular.
Well, from my point of view, I knew about it, but one of my friends who I was at sea with, he said, "Come on, you have to join this." My wife had just died, and this was 8 years ago. Yeah. And so I haven't looked back because the crack is mighty, and sometimes there's anything up to 50. Sometimes it gets too loud, like 15 or 20, and everyone is talking together. Yeah. You know, like you think women gossip. We are the greatest gossips under the sun.
I can imagine.
I'm so sorry to hear that your wife passed away.
Well, yeah, but she had a brain aneurysm, and we were married for 50 years and 21 days.
50 years, 21 days. And in that time, obviously, friends and family, not unlike Flora, they rally around you when you need that help and support.
Oh, of course,
and the Salty Dog's been there for all of you.
Well, the Salty Dogs is basically a crowd of people that have sort of, if you like, basic interests the same. Like, we're all from different walks of life. Like, I was at sea for 46 years, and I'm not a sailor, I'm a seaman. Okay. And whereas he's a sailor and he's a sailor.
Ah, okay. Shane down the end.
Shane down the end, I can do nothing.
Yeah.
Tell us about Ciel Blue, Shane. What is the concept of it?
Yeah, so it's just to deliver life-enhancing exercise programmes to older adults, patient groups or people with chronic conditions. So it's just to empower people like Flora, who's maybe had a stroke, that you too can enjoy the benefits of exercise. So no matter what the maybe personal barrier or challenge is, you can always participate in physical activity.
There's been some amazing statistics, and we were chatting earlier on just about the importance for your mental well-being as well as physical exercise to get out there, even if it's a very gentle form of exercise. A lot of people might be a bit frightened, thinking, oh no, I wouldn't be able for that and I wouldn't be able to keep up in the class, and that can kind of stop you from taking part.
Yeah, that's where we try and step in, just to assure people that it's always adapted, it's always tailored to a person or to the group's needs. And kind of like you've touched on it here, but it's the social side that's absolutely huge for the lads there. Like, if I go in on a Monday morning, they kind of have to drag them away from the coffee and the cake and the gossip to get them to participate. So, but like, that side is really important and beneficial as well, that it's a group of people coming together and sharing the exercise journey.
It's
the
huge.
banter as well.
I can imagine.
Even doing the exercises, we're slagging off. He's always slagging me, of course.
Of course you are, Florence. You're John, you're his friend.
Full of groaning, you know.
But it was actually down to you that you introduced the group to the Sail Blue.
Well, I was involved with Sail Blue in Dunleary, as I said, and got the idea maybe we'd bring them out to Bray. So I spoke with our coach at that time, Andrew McBride. He says, get in touch with Thomas McCabe, who's the manager of Sail Blue. Send him an email, and back, quick as a flash, he had Shane on the case, and he came out and he did a trial effort on Monday morning with us.
And what was the feedback like? Did they love it?
They loved it, and we've been on Mondays since, every Monday, except bank holidays, right?
Yeah, you get a lie-in.
The group element, I'd imagine, is hugely important.
It is, yeah.
The camaraderie.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And I mean, we range in age dramatically.
Yeah,
there's quite an age spread. But the exercises that Shane teaches us are very, very good in relation to balance. In relation to coordination, all of that kind of stuff.
And are they tailored towards what you guys do in terms of your pastime, in terms of your love of being on the water?
I don't think so.
Or
I
is it
don't think
general?
so. Not
Yeah, it's
necessarily.
kind of mixed. Like, say, falls is such a huge issue, I suppose, as the population ages. So we'll try and incorporate a lot of that into the class in a preventative manner. So instead of just reacting to maybe somebody who's had a fall, I'm trying to give the lads skills going forward that they can continue sailing or continuing their pastimes and hobbies without that kind of fear. But also always just to have some fun. So we'd often have cognitive games, just messing around with numbers and things, just to really puzzle the guys and have a little bit of fun with it. So it's not just strict monotonous exercise, that they do also have some fun and kind of tap into the banter that the lads have touched on.
Shane, you brought up a very interesting point there, just talking about being able to continue the pastimes, the hobbies that the lads enjoy so much. And this is something that we would cover on this show an awful lot in terms of when you're retired and a certain area, a certain chapter of your life is closed, how important it is to find something to replace that, because your group of friends and colleagues isn't there anymore. And there needs to be a reason, doesn't there, to get up and get about your day.
I think we're also very important. We're very lucky in that sailing. You can do it from 5 years of age or 4 years of age up to 90 years of age. There is no cut-off point like maybe some athletics or something, you know.
One of the oldest men in the club, Liam Diamond. Liam is 89 and he's still sailing in his own boat. And Flora's still sailing and winning by himself.
And winning.
We have a national champion here. We have a national
My
champion.
dad bought his first fiberglass boat and his last boat when he was 80.
Really?
Yeah.
And what a lovely way
Yeah.
to enjoy life with a group of friends and having that camaraderie and having that support system. So when times are tough, for example, in your recovery, you had that distraction as much as anything else.
Absolutely. This chap here is 88. We have to mind him.
I'm only 83.
I'm only 5 years on him there.
I say I'm not a spring chicken, I'm a sprung-out rooster.
Not at all.
So in terms of the exercises,
Yeah.
and when you're working with the group, but for Flor, who's come through what he's come through, can you tailor a program then for him?
Yeah, absolutely. And like Flora might notice it so much, but me coming in externally once a week, you can see the progress week to week. So be my job, if there's any difficulty with a certain movement, you just adapt it and tailor it. But it's incredible because you'll see him progressing every week, and he works just as hard as anyone else. And we give him kettlebells, weights, our squats sit to stand. So what I'll often do is the number of squats we'll do is tailored to the oldest member. So Carl, whatever they...
Not the oldest.
We're going to start around.
but no, that's the kind of thing we'll do. So it's not to focus so much on the stroke, but to focus on what we can actually do. So it's showing what you can do and just working off that.
Well, listen, it's an incredible group. You clearly love each other's company, and it's great for you as a group to hang out with each other.
And can I put a little plug in for
You can,
Sail
of
Blue
course.
as well?
Of course you
and
can.
thank Shane as well. We're so grateful to you for all you've done for us. Okay?
Thank you so much,
Gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
Anybody can do it.
Pleasure
Happy
having you
sailing.
in. Sounds like a great fun group. I want to join now.
On Monday.